Lisa. For this video, I'm going to do a page with these two photos and some project lifestyle cards from We Are Memory Keepers. This would also apply for journaling cards, and I have one picked out over here that I might use. I'm not really sure at this point. There's going to be a separate video that you will want to check out on how to print on your project life or your journaling cards. I had a request to do a video of that type, so I decided I would do it as a separate part, so it can be just sort of a particular technique video, and then you could use it along with this process video as well. So what I've done is go through my cards and picked out the ones that I thought I would use, and I looked at lots of different ones. I kind of first flipped them over and looked at which sides I thought might be applicable for this particular layout, and then of those I weeded them down to these 4 cards. You can see we're going to work with a traditional 12 by 12 page here. I have some Stampin' Up! So Saffron cardstock for the background. I have a lot of this in 12 by 12, so I wanted to use it. When I ordered this, they still had their really light yellow color. I can't remember what it was called, and I debated between them, and I got this one. I so wish I'd got the really light yellow. This has worked well. I've used it for a lot of layouts, but it's so hard to find those really light colors. I find anyway in the 12 by 12, but this is what I got, and it looks good with these photos, with these kids' pages. For the cards, I wanted ones that I could put quite a bit of journaling on, and it didn't have, I was one I liked in here with the sunshine, but we did an indoor activity this day, so I thought that these were the best cards, and I really liked that today was a very good day. So you could do them, of course, in a regular, pocket pages, but I thought we'd have some fun doing them on a 12 by 12 layout, and I'm kind of looking at arranging them this way. I'm not set on this yet until I get my journaling on here and all my embellishments. The first thing I actually want to do is my title. What struck me about the kids is, and this is the first time I had met the little girl, was this particular weekend, was how much they're like their mom in terms of the way they concentrate and focus on things. I didn't know her when she was this age, but knowing her as a teenager and as an adult, she can be very, very focused. And that's what I really noticed about them when they were playing, is they would get on one thing and they would stay on it for a long time. The little girl, sometimes we'd have to lead her off to different activities to get her to try some different things in this really cool place we were, where they had all kinds of kids' activities. So anyway, I want to do my title to focus on how they're concentrating. I think that's the word I'm going to use. For kids' titles, I love to go through all my different thickers, especially those that I don't have very many left. This is ones I probably should have already thrown away. But I'm going to see if there's any letters left here that I can use, and then I've got a few that haven't been that overly used, just to make sure that I have the colors right. So let's pick out the letters for the title first, and then look at some additional things, including probably a silhouette cut for this page. So I'm going through a bunch of these letters, and say some of these don't have very many left, but I thought this one, this gray one in particular, was really fun letter, so I'm just going to spell it out. It could be concentrating or concentration, either one will work for my title. And that M, I'm going to trim down and make an N, because I know that I'm short on N's and I use a lot of those, and that's an easy one to adjust. I'm using Stampin' Up's craft and rubber scissors. I think the Tim Holtz scissors would work really well for that kind of thing too. Okay, almost got my letters together here, and then I'm going to be printing on these journaling cards, and you'll see this in the other video that goes with this, and there'll be a link at the end if you'd like to, and also here in the middle if you'd like to hop over and watch how those are printed. So I use Microsoft Word, got those printed and kind of starting to arrange the page here a little bit. I feel like I need something to sort of ground those two sections, the photos and then the journaling cards at the bottom. So I'm looking at a couple of papers, that one there from Bo Bunny and then this old one from Basic Gray, the little dots. I like the best. I don't feel like it competes as much with the cards. But I don't really have anything else paper-wise to go with it, so I thought I'd do some washi tape up there at the top. And a few multicolored washi tapes and then that green chevron, and I thought I needed a pink, so I'm trying a few different pinks out here. So we'll trim this paper down, and at first I trim it really wide. I'm going to trim it down more than that, but it just gives us an idea of how it's going to look and where it's going to go on the page. And then the washi can go up there at the top. And we'll use the grid lines on the mat to help line up the paper and make sure that the washi gets put on straight. If I get the first row on straight, then the rest of it I can kind of go from the first row. And I was surprised I got the first row on straight the first time. I'm notoriously bad about not getting my washi on there good and straight, but this came out pretty good. Now I left a little bit to wrap around the edges, and we're going to do something about that later too to help those stay down more. I started gluing here, and I thought I was gluing from the center out, but as you'll see towards the end, I did not. I got the letters a little bit off center, and we'll deal with that with some embellishment. It was a time I could have used a little bit more measuring. Now I also wanted to add some letters here to finish out the title. It says Concentrating Like Mama. The die cut is from the Silhouette store. It's just a train border. I was really tempted to do one where I did multicolors and pieced the train together, but I felt like I had enough colors. So I just stuck with cutting this out as a dark gray silhouette. Now what I'm going to do on the back is put a piece of washi tape over where these have folded back so that they will stay really good. So to finish this off, I have a little wood piece that I'm just going to color in here with a blue marker. This was the most at-hand embellishment that I had for this page. And I've been working on it a while now, it seems like, so I was kind of ready to get it done. So I'm just going to put this on here. That'll have to dry, but that will kind of balance this off a little bit and add a little bit of more dimension to it. But I thought I'd do the blue since I did pink letters over here for these, for the rest of the title. So you can get a close-up view. We got in 4 Project Life style cards and our Silhouette die cut, and used lots of different fonts for this, which made it kind of a fun page. So I hope you'll check out the other video that goes along with this for printing on the cards. If you haven't already done that, it's kind of fun. Oh, I see, I forgot the dot to the I, which I seem to have lost. But I will get that and put on there, and that will wrap up the page. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you had fun with this kid page just as much as I did. And I will hopefully have you tune in the next time. Thanks, bye.